about it. He looks forward to reading it himself. The acquisition of wisdom is not what all the mathematicians call a zero-sum game. You don't have to give up something in order for me to have it. You can give me your wisdom and now I'll have it, but you still have it too. When one person shares wisdom with another, neither person is diminished. In fact, both are made wiser. Giving and taking is such a basic experience for most of us, but the whole concept of giving and taking doesn't really apply to wisdom. There's no giving and taking, there's only sharing. Wisdom is a unique commodity, if indeed it can even be called a commodity. Unlike
Great freaking Saturday, world. Great freaking Saturday. You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We have been blessed with another fortune. You know what I'm saying? With a well filled with abundance and riches. And that well is what we call today. Right? Every day is a well, is a gold mine of riches to be mined by the individual with the mindset, you know what I'm saying, and skill sets, or the desire for the refinement of those skill sets necessary to bring forth the best out of that day. Yo, so my brother was just here with my little nieces, right? My brother was just here with my little nieces and stuff. Had them on the computer, you know, just vibing. And my oldest one, Haley, was like, "How much do I weigh, Sosa?" And I was like, "Check yourself." They both got on the scale. One was 93.6 pounds, which is the 9-year-old, about to be 10. And the other one was 62.1 pounds. She's about to be 8 in March, actually, in a few weeks. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, when I saw her weight and it said 62, I was like, wow. So I was like, you guys know that pack that I'm always carrying? You guys know that pack I always put on Saturday? She's like, yeah. It's like, that weighs just as much as you, Selena. That weighs more than you, Selena. 221.2 pounds. Look at that. My weight, without the pack and all the clothes on, is 152.2. My birthday is 5/22, so that's 1522. And then my weight with the pack on is 22.12 pounds. So that's, I don't know, that's like 67 pounds. I don't even want to do the math, like 69 pounds maybe. So I got 69 pounds on my back. I'm about to go run with this baby for like an hour or two, since I think they're going to be coming back here in a few. So I'm going to go get my work done early for this Saturday. You know, transmute some energies. But I was just thinking, you know, because as I was when I went to Colombia and I walked through Panama, and I went to Panama, I had a pack, and I ended up carrying some kids and shit. But my little niece weighs over 60 pounds. I usually carry this pack anywhere between 1 hour to 6 hours. My max was my max time. 6 hours, about 20 miles. You can cover about 20 plus miles in 6 hours, depending on what you're carrying and how fast and how much of yourself you're willing to put out for whatever it is that you're carrying. And you never know where life will put you. All right. So this is why it is important for a man, especially a man, you know, specifically a man, because a man is the protector, to always be in tip-top shape. You never know when you're going to be called to carry a brother, a sister, or your son or daughter, or somebody else's son or daughter. So as a man in life, we must be prepared at all times. We must be ready for war. We must be a warrior in a garden, not just a gardener in war. All right? Because if we catch ourselves in war and we're just gardeners and we have no other skills but to type on a computer or to push papers, then as men, we're worthless, useless, weight, and jack shit. You know, like, that's crazy. Like, when I saw her put herself on that scale, and that scale said 62 pounds, that's all that I thought. I was like, wow, I've been carrying this weight. God forbid something happens and I have to carry my niece or somebody else's child for God knows how long. But if you know what? This pack I've been carrying for the last year, and it weighs that much, it actually makes me happy. You know that I can be useful. I can probably... 1, 2, 3. 4. That's what she wrote. 5 pounds. But yeah, man. Your body should be your greatest asset. Directed by a well mind, by a good mind. Usually any of those that achieve a level of mastery of their bodies usually have already started cultivating a good mindset, because it takes hard work, focus, and a lot of like willpower to be able to make yourself do, to be able to use your will to your advantage rather than being taken advantage and seeking to take advantage of others by your will. All right. The will, the ego, is always going to be self-seeking, but it's only for his own self-preservation, or for whatever it thinks is his self-preservation. For some, self-preservation might be doing greedy things for the preservation of addictions, of negative habits, right? Whether it be money, drugs, you know what I'm saying, sex, being opportunistic, whatever it is. But that's why we need to use our will for the advantages of others, not just of ourselves. Once we learn to use our will for the advantages of others, you know what I'm saying, rather than to take an advantage of others, then our will becomes a good tool, a bad master, but a very good servant. And so this is why knowledge of self is important, family. Knowledge of self is important. To use your ego and your will to your advantage. It is fundamentally important. Today, since it's warm enough for my hands to be out of my pocket, we're taking with ourselves Iron John. I did not finish this book last year because I like reading it when I'm doing some hard shit. But as I was saying, your ego, your will is not your enemy. It can be either your best friend or your worst enemy. It all depends on your mindset. Your mindset must be ruled by morals, ethics, and core values. As a man, you need morals, you need ethics, you need core values. You cannot just let your feminine run rampant and loose through life. As a man, you should never let your feminine govern you. Your being should be governed by masculine qualities. Because you are a man. You are the physical manifestation of this masculine, of this positive aspect of life. The feminine, she's not your enemy, but as a man, if she is not your best friend, she is your worst enemy. The feminine inside you will destroy you. You know, it will cause you to feel doubtful of your masculinity. It will cause you to feel doubtful of yourself. This is why self-mastery is key, because your will is masculine. Your ego is feminine. You see all these young ladies in our society vainly overpowered by the hubris of their beauty, that they do not understand that it's fading, and that the gifts that Mother Nature has given them, Father Time will take away. You get what I'm saying? And give to those that have been sowing the seeds, tilling the soil, and watering the things that they have been planting by the mindset and skill sets that they have been developing throughout their lives to create and be prepared for the opportunities, the blessings, the fortunes, and abundance that life has in store for them. Now, if a female, has put her ego to the side and through the use of her will found herself a good man, she's going to be set for life. Because, us men, we love ideally. What we love, we truly love. You know what I'm saying? And we will die for it. But that is life. What we love, and we are men. We're not just going to want to eat the mangoes every day. Like, I love mangoes, but I'm going to eat some grapes. I'm going to eat some dragon fruits. You know what I'm saying? I want every fruit that's out there. I'm not good with one. Even if y'all could just have one kind of ice cream your whole life, how can I just have one kind of ice cream? I want to try them all, man. Even the ones that I don't think I might like. But, yeah, like I was saying, you are a man. And like the female, you also have a masculine and you have a feminine just as much as a masculine energy. Each just has to be balanced out. None of them one is not better than the other. You know what I'm saying? You need logic and reason to be able to use your creativity and imagination to the best of your ability. Without creativity and imagination, even if you have logic and reason, you're going to be consumed by logic and reason, and you won't be able to see beyond what is in front of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be perceptive. You don't got to be ruled by your emotions, but you got to know how to wisely direct those emotions, especially when it feels like they're going out of whack. So, as a man, respect the feminine, put her in her place, but embrace and embody the masculine, because that's what you are, man. Like, you're gonna run away from the tiger if your family and children are right there. You better fucking die, motherfucker, trying. You know what I'm saying? They see you run away, be like, oh my God, my father was a fucking coward. Listen, man. It's not easy being a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy being a man. It's very easy to be a fucking useless, vagabundo, less than man, good for nothing. But a man, bro, that shit takes creativity and imagination to be able to turn a whole forest into your city. You get what I'm saying? To turn a piece of rock into this refined piece of stone. It's not easy being a man. You gotta be creative, imaginative, disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Your will has to be your servant. Your will has to be your most humble servant. And your ego, your most precious counselor. Your most precious counselor right there. Alright? Your will must be your most humble servant, and your ego, the most precious counselor that you could ever count on. Anything that could happen will happen. You know what I'm saying? That's Murphy's Law right there. Murphy's Law is like basically saying, plan for the best, but prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if shit is gonna go your way. That's why you gotta be ready for failure. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta risk failure if you want success. You gotta risk losing if you ever want to win. And that takes the right use of your will
and the intelligent, you know what I'm saying, use of your ego, so that your consciousness is able to create the lifestyle and have the experiences that it is designed to have in this physical reality. You are just but an extension of it. The good master, the great master said, believe in me and you will do greater things than these. That's all he said. You know, believe in what if you believe in me, you'll believe in what I'm going to, for the knowledge and the information and the guidance and the wisdom and the power. If you believe in what I believe, you'll go and do what the fuck, some of the things that I'm doing, which is closing my eyes and just listening to the greatness that is flowing through thee. And that is just freely giving out mad information in the universe. You know what I'm saying? There's mad problems and people over here talking about life got no meaning. Yeah, because you ain't trying to find your purpose. You ain't trying to find a purpose in life. You're not trying to find solutions that you can bring to life through the wonderfully endowed uniqueness that is within you, which you can't find because you're so lost and tied up in what the fuck is going on in society and the world that you really can't control. And what people may think about you if you start changing your ways. Man, fuck that shit, bro. You can't change. You can't change what's already happening. You can only change yourself to prepare yourself for what may happen and what you can create and what you can make possible of happening. One person cannot change the world, but one person can drastically change themselves in such a way that his change causes his environment to change, and whatever his environment can reach and impact. You get what I'm saying? So today, we got mechanisms through which we can reach a greater audience than what's possible in golden ages. You know what I'm saying? In the stone ages, in the days of shields and swords, or even in the days of the telegraph. You know what I'm saying? With the written word. Like today we can literally get our faces through these mediums, and we can also mediate the energy, the consciousness that we allow ourselves to embody, to impact our society, even when we're not on these videos, by what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're waking up with gratitude for life. Okay. These governments that are being misused by these egotistically driven, unmasterful, useless beings that we call humans, that we call our politicians, you know what I'm saying? And our journalists, come on, fam. You can't control them, but you can control yourself. And you can control the use of the information and the things that happen around you, guided by your own uniqueness, whatever you're good at. I like talking. You know, I didn't know that I like talking because I would normally not talk, because I ain't like bullshitting, and I would curse too much. So, you know, in school, I never really talked unless I was cursing or throwing jokes. But then I grew up, and I ain't like Malcolm X when he went to jail. I didn't like that I lacked the capacity to articulate myself, and that still at 24, 25, after 2 tours in Afghanistan, you know, multiple firefights, multiple patrols through a country that ain't mine. I'm over here sitting in a classroom, nervous as fuck, shaking, anxious, because I'm scared to be called up to read in college, 24 years old. How embarrassing is that? Listen, that day fucked me up so bad, man, especially just reading about, and it was very impactful because we were talking about Malcolm X, and now he went to jail, and in jail he didn't know how to write home because he lacked the intellectual capacity to articulate what was going on to him, what was going on inside of him, to his family, so that they could understand him. And the dude just started reading. And that hit me so hard that same day I bought a book. I bought Meditations by the last emperor, last good king of Rome, the emperor, philosopher. You know what I'm saying? Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I bought that book. That was the first book that I ever read, and that was the first time that I felt like I knew what I was. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time that I said something like, I am this. Aside from, like, you know, saying that I'm a Marine, because That's what all Marines call themselves. You know, once a Marine, always a Marine. What's a Marine? A Marine. Was a U.S. Army man is called a soldier. The Air Force is an airman, and the Navy is a seaman. But for us, it's Marine. You United States Marine, you're a Marine. You know what I'm saying? You're a jawhead, a leatherneck. And after the Marine Corps, this was the only time that I could say something, and I was like, yo, I'm a philosopher. Like, that's the word that I thought of. I am a philosopher. I am a lover of knowledge. I am a lover of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm a seeker of knowledge and a lover of wisdom. That was the first time that I said something like that. I didn't say those things, but I said, oh shit, I'm a philosopher. This is what I like. This is what I understand. This is what I am good at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could swing some leather in the ring and knock a nigga out. You know what I'm saying? I could shoot some guns really well. But those things never really, they felt like me, but they didn't like really identify me completely. Until I realized that I just love knowledge. I love wisdom. I like seeking information that makes me better. I like doing things that allow me to be of greater value and service to society. You know what I'm saying? I understand what I'm doing. Like, yo, when I put this pack on, I'm transmuting energy. I'm transmuting information. It's like when you get in the ring and you start hitting those weights, you may not be aware of it, but you're transmuting energy. You're transmuting energy. You are, by the right use of your will, making yourself do things that are beneficial to you. You are making yourself do things that in 20 to 30 years, 40 years, however long you live, you're going to be thanking yourself so long as you continue doing these things. If something ever, especially if something bad ever happens to you, because your body will be capable of you know, sustaining damage and enduring it and surviving it and then thriving above it. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between living and, like, you know, surviving and thriving. A lot of people are just surviving in society. With everything that's going on, you're just surviving. If you're watching the television every day, you're just surviving. And when I say the television, I mean like news and stuff like that. Damn, I just got paused right here. But like I was saying, man, listen, I'm gonna just start off where I left off. We have to learn how to use these technologies to our advantage. Like, television was put together, right? But the television didn't mean that we had to be watching everything that the corporations want us to watch. You know, the corporations, they control our politicians. They basically control our government through lobbying. Not directly, but indirectly through lobbying, right? So those negative powers that be of the realm of existence, they're gonna use these things to their advantage if we don't take advantage of it in the proper way. They're not gonna force us to do anything. Not like gun to head, right? But that's how it's gonna feel. Like, that's where there's a lot of people that they don't believe a lot of this stuff that's going on, but because of the pressure that family puts on them and the pressure that society puts on them, they're falling prey to these things. You know what I'm saying? They're taking these things up the arm, these, you know, genetics modifying technology, and they don't know what they're doing. And it's because they're scared, because they lack the knowledge. They don't know who and what they are. And because they don't know who and what they are, they don't know what to do and who to be. They don't know who to be and what to do. So the how becomes impossible to see. But like I was saying, yo, listen. I was thinking about doing this later because I wanted to catch the sunset. But like my brother came over with my nieces. We was just chilling there. And once they left, I was just kind of like in the middle, like, what should I do next? And I was like, I closed my eyes. I was like, should I meditate? And it was like, yeah. So as I started putting things together, I saw the book bag and I saw the scale. And I was like, should I just go walk? And it was like, yeah, go walk. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? I kind of went on a conscious rant there for a second. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. But, yo, life is good. Life is great. The greatest thing that we could possibly do if you don't know what to do is to give glory and thanks to the Most High for the grace of this day. You are fortunate. You are so fortunate. You don't even understand how fortunate you are. If you're able to walk right now, even if you got a wheelchair, okay, you're somebody that's stuck in a wheelchair, or maybe you're clink, you got those metal feet, God forbid. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people like that I was in the court with, and or maybe you got fucked up knees. You reach 30 and your knees are no longer the same.
What's up, bro?
Yo, that's it. You're like, your knees are no longer the same. You can't run, but you can walk. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk normally, but you can clink. You can't walk because you got no legs. You can roll. You're breathing. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive to hug your family, to friends. If you don't got none of them niggas, at least you still got yourself. But you're alive, and that in itself is a blessing. If you're able to breathe and you're not in pain when you're breathing, that is a blessing. And even if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, you better start giving thanks. Thanks that you're still alive to make a change. Because it's only late once you're dead. If you didn't make the changes necessary and you died, that's it. It's too late for you. But if you started making the changes and, you know, death just creeped up on you, don't worry. You're going to wake up in that next and you're going to be better. You're going to be better than you are now. I promise you that. If you started making the conscious changes and something happens and you're like, you know, you can't finish it in this one, you'll be better off in the next one. You'll be better off, I'll tell you that. That's just what I've learned about life in general, right? That's why you should never move with fear through life, because fear will keep you from receiving the blessings, the fortunes, the opportunities that life has in store for you. If you're filled with fear, you're not gonna see the opportunities. But if you're filled with, you know, happiness, enjoyment, your insight and your clarity is gonna be a lot brighter. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be more optimistic about your day, your moments, and opportunities truly present themselves to the optimistic and, you know, clear-sighted eye that is ready to receive them. Like I've said, our gratitude, you know what I'm saying? That's what determines our attitude. Our attitude is what creates our personality, and our personality is like all three of these things are the chisels that work together in unison to, you know, mold the character which we are, and has the fortunate opportunity of walking through this reality. So it all starts within. It all starts with how you start your day. You hear what I'm saying? Start your day right. You know what I'm saying? It don't even take that long, bro. If you would have just, even if you just lay there and visualize the kind of lifestyle that you want, yo, subconsciously you'll begin to start doing those things consciously. But other than that, I'm gonna see what I do if I pick up the pace. And yo, ain't nothing but love, all right? Have a great one.